Hey, I just wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers here. It's a Kyanie, and I realized that it has been a while since I came on here and just said hello. I just celebrated my 62nd birthday. Today is the night of Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025. So that means that I am now 62 years old. Holding this little bouquet here just for fun. Your Easter ambiance. Anyway, I'm not really that active on this channel. I'm really most active on my grandfather's legacy channel, excuse me. That's Age Less, Live More. His name is Bernando LaPallo. But I just appreciate that you all have been here and seem to be getting something out of all the past, videos and content that I've posted over the years. I want to do, or I like to do, a little health check-in. So I'm healthy. Some of the things that I have been paying more attention to this year is just brushing my teeth. Brushing my teeth more frequently and more thoroughly, and I find that I'm leaning towards using salt and baking soda to clean my teeth, which seems to be helping keeping them a little bit whiter. Not the best at flossing still, but I try. I try and be better about flossing, better about the intake of water. I really try and drink at least 2 liters of water a day. That's really important. Trying to keep on my sleep. My days can be very long. So when I have some time off, I really just try and relax and take it easy and spend time outside and read. Keeping up as usual with my vegetarian diet. A lot of greens, a lot of garlic. Still taking a lot of superfood plus, like Bernando did. I've grown my hair longer. So when I looked on this channel and I looked in the past, I realized I don't think I've posted anything since 2022. So yeah, my hair is much longer now because it was actually quite short. So that's a good sign of health. I walk about, when I'm working, I would say that I walk, I think I walk about 3 to 4 miles a day. Where I live, it's one of the few cities that you can actually walk around. So that's good. That's good for your health. That's good for your longevity. That's good for your circulation. That's good for your telomeres. And don't have anything particularly dramatic to report this year. Let me see. Trying to keep up with the vitamin C because in 20, my goodness, yeah, sort of 2022, I had like a really bad abscess in my teeth, kind of like a root canal, and had to go to a very wonderful endodontist to get all that taken care of. I think part of the reason for that occurring was just some personal stress that I had been under. And when you're under stress of any kind, you'll notice that whatever is your weak, sort of your weak link, that is the thing that really can become disturbed. Fortunately, I had a wonderful dentist who sent me right away to an endodontist, and we got all that taken care of over the course of a week. So dental care is definitely something that's important to me, and seems to be, just something that we need to pay attention. Let's see, what's this comment here? My life seems to be a patchwork of melancholy experiences. May your stars send you. Well, anyway, I think all of our lives are a patchwork of melancholy experiences, wouldn't you say? I consider myself to be very, very fortunate that I'm healthy. I'm have a high energy level. I'm mentally clear. I feel spiritually strong. Really, any challenges that come our way are meant to make us stronger or meant to teach us something. So I really see life in that way. So I don't think that I think compared to a lot of people in this world, I'm very, very fortunate. And I think a lot of that has to do with the good examples that I had. And when I think of good examples, I think of Bernando, my own grandfather, who certainly had his share of melancholy experiences also. He was married 3 times. His first wife died in childbirth. The second marriage ended in divorce, right? The third marriage lasted the longest, but that also had its share of hardships. So everyone goes through hardships in life. That's why taking care of your health is so important. Taking care of your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health on a daily basis is so important so you can weather these things. I mean, look at me. Look how lucky I am. I'm 62 years old. Do I look it? Do I look like I'm 62 years old? Look how smooth my skin is. Look at that. Yes, I've got some gray hair. I earned these gray hairs. I'm not ashamed of these gray hairs. So I think I'm extremely fortunate. When I do my job, it requires a lot of walking, and a lot of the people that I have with me can barely keep up with me. And a lot of these people are half my age, you know, or maybe they're only, 10 years or maybe 20 years younger than me, right? I'm 62. They might be 52, they might be 42, but they can't keep up. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful that I got this love of walking just from my family, and that I'm in a city in which I can walk around a lot. So a lot of life as I mature, I'm seeing is really about mindset. It's really on how we take things. One of my grandfather's favorite stories from the Bible was the story of Job, because Job, of course, was sent so many misfortunes, but because he maintained, a humble attitude and was trying to, um, he didn't blame God, or he didn't blame anyone for his misfortunes, and he kept his faith. And of course, at the end of that, he was rewarded. So I found that in my life, really, God got all the credit and all the mistakes were mine because of a mindset of lack, or perhaps some lingering feelings of unworthiness, and so on. And so when you really take the time, to examine your life, 99% of the time, you're going to find that it's you. It's you. It's something in your own attitude that needs shifting and needs changing. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who said that her entire life she'd always been surrounded by bad people, and that therefore, her life had never really turned out the way she had wanted it to or hoped it would. But I reminded her that her life wasn't over, and that you could say that there's, bad people everywhere, people that are under the influence of, negativity or certain kinds of conditioning. But whether we allow these people to get next to us, or whether we allow them to, bring us down or have too much of an influence on us, that's our choice, certainly as we get older. Now, what's interesting is that I've noticed that people who have been through, particularly as children in their younger years, been through experiences with folk who did not have their best interests in mind, and they found themselves in situations that were unpleasant, abusive, and so on. That is a cloud, that is a shadow that can really follow them for decades in their life. And I believe that we all have things like that. The thing of it is to not to forget that we are also powerful, and that we have the kingdom of God within us. It's Easter. I'm saying that. I'm saying that, just to remind you, just to remind me that essentially environment is but a looking glass, right? Am I suggesting that you hang around people that are toxic, that are negative, that are verbally abusive? Absolutely not. Sometimes it can take some navigation, to get away from people like that, or to stop making excuses for people who act in that way. But a lot of times, I'd say 99% of the time, if someone's talking to you that way, treating you that way, not taking accountability for their own actions, for their own words, for their own behaviors, then essentially they're trying to sink your ship, because they're on a ship that's going down. But they're on a ship that's going down because that's their mentality. That's their mindset. For whatever reason, they believe that that's what they deserve. And misery loves company. So if you're around, why not take you with them, right? So I can't really stress this enough. I really can't, because man is supposed to be great. We were made in the image of God. We are part and parcel of God. And this means that we have the ability, and we have the strength, and we have the intelligence to hold ourselves accountable and do better every day, to strive for an inner growth every single day. That's what life's about. That's what I feel that life is really about. It's not being satisfied by staying in the same place, whatever that is for you. Your physical vessel that you know that you need to take care of better, your mental health that you know that you need to take care of better, your financial situation that you know you need to take care of better, the relationships that you have around you, your children, your friendships, things that you need to invest in and to cultivate in. That's ultimately what is going to give you dividends at the end of the day, and allow you to have peace of mind and to have a clear conscience. Now, you're not going to be best friends with everyone. That's not the point. The point is to offer respects to other people. And when you run across other people who don't respect you or don't respect your boundaries, just let them go. Let them go. Just let them go, right? Because they need to learn their own lessons. But it's not up to you necessarily, or it's not up to me to have them learn their lessons. There's something else in play in the universe, which is certainly perfectly capable of teaching us what it is that we need to learn. So, I'm going to keep this short. I just wanted to thank all the new subscribers for being here and perusing all the past videos and enjoying that. If you want to keep up with me, again, the channel that I am most active on is Bernando LaPallo's channel. That's Age Less, Live More. I've been doing a monthly series going through his classic book, Age Less, Live More, Achieving Health and Vitality at 107 Years and Beyond, working the way through the chapters. And it's just really a deep dive and a fascinating glimpse into how living a simple life really is living a sublime life. So I wish you a good night, and thanks for being here. Bye-bye.